Welcome to today's Explainer, where we are jumping right into a massive career opportunity. We're looking at a strategic hiring initiative from IBM as they gear up for 2026, specifically their mandate for an OTM Cloud Technical Architect. If you follow enterprise tech, you already know that dissecting a company's senior hiring needs tells you exactly where the industry is heading. And right now, it is pointing straight toward highly complex enterprise-level cloud modernization. So if you're curious about what the absolute pinnacle of cloud architecture careers looks like today, you are in exactly the right place. So here's the big question. Are you ready to lead complex Oracle transformation journeys? Because honestly, this doesn't read like your standard run-of-the-mill job opening. It actually sounds a lot more like a hero's calling. The source material makes it crystal clear that IBM isn't just looking for someone to keep the lights on. No, they're actively hunting for a professional to jump into the driver's seat and solve incredibly complex modern cloud migration hurdles. These transformation journeys are massive, high-stakes undertakings that completely rewire how global organizations handle their logistics. It's high reward, for sure, but it requires a very specific kind of expert. Okay, let's dive into this and look at the specifics. For those who might need a quick refresher, OTM stands for Oracle Transportation Management. Think of it as the absolute backbone for how giant global enterprises manage their logistics and supply chains. With this role, IBM is putting a massive spotlight on migration, modernization, and technical architecture within OTM Cloud. They're basically taking legacy on-premise or just plain outdated logistics systems and modernizing them for the cloud era. It's all about speed, efficiency, and future-proofing the business. Now, the real giveaway here is this number right here, 12 to 15 years of experience. This immediately validates the elite, senior-level nature of the role and the caliber of the professional they're speaking to. IBM absolutely does not want someone who is just learning the ropes of cloud architecture. They need a battle-tested veteran. They want someone who has seen implementations fail, knows exactly why they failed, and knows exactly how to architect a solution so it literally never happens again. They are essentially buying a decade and a half of hard-earned wisdom. Let's talk about the logistics of the job itself, because this is super interesting for the tech job market in India. The location is pan-India. That means incredible flexibility and a really wide reach across the country's massive IT hubs. But the kicker? It's their strong preference for early joiners. That creates a real, tangible sense of urgency. IBM isn't just casually building a talent pool for a rainy day here. They have immediate, critical projects lined up that need architecture leadership right now. They want direct action, and they want people who can hit the ground running. And, that urgency makes total sense when you map out the actual day-to-day project lifecycle you'd be commanding. Let's move through this and see how it builds. Step 1 is your foundation, conducting cloud readiness assessments and actually developing those migration strategies. You've got to figure out if the client is even ready to move, right? Then, step 2 is the vision, defining the target architecture, mapping out the retrofit approach, and drawing up the technical roadmaps. And finally, step 3 is the execution, the governance across system integration testing, user acceptance testing, that highly stressful cutover phase, and ultimately go live. You are owning this journey from the very first whiteboard sketch to the exact moment the system goes live. What this brilliantly illustrates is that while this is absolutely a leadership role, you are still heavily connected to the actual technology. The key responsibilities from the source highlight very specific, hands-on architectural duties. You're going to be handling customizations, because let's face it, no enterprise software works perfectly out of the box for every single client. You'll be managing complex integrations with other systems, developing crucial reporting structures, and actually executing the data migration. You're not just sitting in an ivory tower drawing diagrams, you're rolling up your sleeves and making sure the architecture actually works in the real world. But of course, the role goes way beyond just basic data migration. As an architect at this level, you are tasked with designing the advanced integration architecture, making sure all these massive, sprawling enterprise systems talk to each other seamlessly. You're designing the security architecture, which, when you're dealing with global logistics and transportation data, is literally mission critical. And you're designing the extension architecture, ensuring the whole platform can actually grow and adapt as the client's business scales up. This requires some deep, holistic thinking about how cloud systems operate at a massive scale. Now, what I find really fascinating about this role is the contrast in responsibilities. The source material outlines two very distinct pillars. On one side, you have hardcore technical expertise, defining retrofit approaches and building out technical roadmaps. But on the flip side, you have executive leadership and governance, managing stakeholders and ensuring effective risk mitigation. This perfectly explains why they need that 12 to 15 years of experience.
You have to be technically brilliant enough to design a complex cloud network, sure, but you also need the executive presence to walk into a boardroom, look a nervous stakeholder in the eye, and guarantee them that their entire global supply chain is safe in your hands.
I want to pause for a second on this exact quote directly from the job description, providing strong technical leadership throughout OTM Cloud transformation initiatives. That right there is the core identity of the role. Ultimately, it's about being the chosen technical leader. When things get complicated, and let's be real, in Oracle Cloud migrations, they always get complicated. The team and the client are going to look directly at this technical architect for the definitive answer. You are the compass for the entire transformation initiative. So, if everything we've talked about today sounds exactly like the kind of challenge you've been gearing up for your entire career, they've made it really simple to step up. Passionate candidates can apply right now via this short link, wkf.ms/3olwpm, or you can just head straight over to ibm.com/careers to track down the opportunity. If you've got the OTM Cloud expertise, this is exactly how you get your name in the hat for a massive 2026 push.